Today, I feel so honored to speak with my dear friend and pastry chef, Isabella Poti. Born in Rome, Isabella has furthered her pastry skills with experiences with chefs Claude Bassi in London and the Basque chef Paco Torreblanca. She is the head chef and partner of Michelin-starred restaurant Bros and Trattoria Roots in Lecce, Puglia. Puglia is a small historic city in Italy's heel, often labeled the Florence of the South. Isabella was named by Forbes magazine as one of its 30 under 30 in 2017, and has also been featured as a guest chef on the televised cooking competition, MasterChef Italy. Chef, how are you today?
Really good, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. You are originally from Rome. What brought you to Puglia?
Basically, I just was born in Rome, but my father is from Lecce, and we were just living in Rome, so I didn't live in Rome. Actually, I live in Lecce since I was 6 months, so I don't know that much of the city. So, but I traveled a lot in Rome, of course. I just explored like this, but as a tourist, more as a tourist. So I'm more Salento and Poland, yes. Because my mother is Polish.
Puglia is a region of farmers. The countryside set aside for agriculture produces over 40% of Italy's olive oil. You must feel so blessed to be based here.
Yes, because I love olive oil, of course, and we have maybe the best one. It's not only the massive production, but we have a really, really good one. So I love the olive oil from here. So proud.
And also with so much wheat locally available, it's no surprise that there is so many pasta shapes associated with Puglia, as well as breads. What is your favorite pasta dish?
I think I love spaghetti and tomato sauce. So spaghetti al pomodoro. Because I love the long pasta and I love the dry pasta. So never the fresh one with the pomodoro, always the dry one. And I love them. I love the Napoli style.
I completely agree with you. I prefer dry ones myself. And like I said, mentioned before, we always have debates with my food critic friends, fresh versus dry. And almost most people really prefer the dry pasta to fresh one. So
yes, I love the texture. Yes, so much better.
And always simple, you know, olive oil or pomodoro. I think simplicity and it's best with a hard pasta.
Exact.
Also, various types of breads can be found across Puglia, but the most famous by far is the pane del tumura. It's made using specific varieties of wheat and local salt, water and yeast, and stays fresh for up to 2 weeks. Did you grow up baking?
I bake a lot. I love baking. I love bread. And right now we're starting to sell bread also. Because usually we were just cooking the bread for the restaurants, so for Roots, for Bros. And like we actually love to do it. And we love how it goes because it's made with a wood oven. Mm-hmm. And now we started to sell it. So from the 1st of June.
This is fantastic news and I think a great new direction for you guys.
Yes, I love it.
I'm very happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And when did you know you were going to become a pastry chef?
I think that I decided to make it as a job when I was maybe 12, 11. Yes. At that time, I knew that was my job. Okay. Not only pastry, but I love pastry, of course, but the kitchen world, so restaurants and everything, I loved. But I always cooked. I think since I was maybe 4 years, I always cooked first, because the first thing you cook with your mama and with your dad is desserts. With the nonna, yes, it's desserts, because this is the first thing you do when you're a daughter, most of that. So when you're a woman, you first of all do dessert. So yeah, I always knew.
I know I know you're famous for your souffles. Tell me the first time you tried one and what was it?
I think the first time I tried the souffle, it was an almond souffle. It was beautiful. It was amazing. It was in Martin Brasseteghi, I think, in La Sarthe. And yes, so then I just started to do lots and lot of souffle. And the first one I did, the first one I made by my own, it was with celery. But it was so difficult to do it. I did a lot of try, but then it was absolutely great. Because I love fresh souffles. Because souffles sometimes is too sweet.
But I agree with you. I personally prefer savory souffles or cheese souffles myself.
I love cheese souffle, but I love the sweet cheese souffle. Because usually I do souffle with a chef fromage. Yeah, I love it.
I love it too.
I love it.
What makes a good souffle?
I think it has to be humid inside, the heart. It has to be humid. It has to be fluffy. It has to grow double, a few things, but most of it doesn't have to be, the first thing I said before, it doesn't have to be so sweet when it's sweet. If not, just it has to be fluffy, I think. This is the most important thing for a souffle.
Fluffy, yes.
Yeah, I love the fluffy.
Taralli pugliesi are these little crunchy rings of baked dough that are eaten like crisps in Puglia, often with a glass of red wine as aperitivo. I find them very similar, which I think you probably know because you're Polish. In Russian, we have very similar things. They're called Russian sushki. Are you a fan of taralli?
I'm a fan. I ate some this morning before lunch, but I have always some at home. Because it's just normal for us. We don't eat chips. We just eat some taralli, and it's
same in Russia.
Yeah, it's this. So
we usually
I
have
love
them with
taralli.
the tea.
Yeah, I love.
Have you seen Lecce's culinary scene since you grew up there evolved in the last 5 to 10 years?
I think Lecce is growing a lot. And also as a restaurant, we are looking to Lecce with a lot of strength. We have so much things to show. We are young still, we can say, so we can do a lot in Lecce, and we want to do every business we want to start in Lecce or in Salento generally. So, and then maybe we will think on bringing out also something of our business, but we want to stay in Lecce. That's for sure. And also restaurants are growing a lot in fine dining. So happy for this.
If I was from Lecce, I probably would never want to leave myself.
Yeah. Now sometimes you need some mess,
Yes. Now, do you think Lecce has a new wave of the restaurants other than yours, or is it still a little bit more traditional?
There are some more, like fine dining, we can say. So when we open the ones in the gourmet sector in Lecce, in Salento, we were the first Michelin-starred.
We were the pioneers.
Salento. Yeah. So after us, someone has the courage to do it. So they just started to do fine dining and to improve. So happy for this. And we think in 10 years, there will be more and more.
And how would you, contrary to Bros, what is the concept of Roots? You recently opened it a year ago?
Yes, 1 year ago. 1 year ago, we opened Roots. And we can say that basically, as the word says, it's like the roots of what we are doing in Bros. Because basically, we just make really traditional plates, but in a contemporary way. But contemporary, what does it mean? It means only that we get some awareness instead of our maybe grandparents. So maybe when we fry, we pay attention to the temperatures, these things like this. So we just make it, I mean, maybe a little bit nicer. So nice plates and things like this. But we just do the tradition as
It's
tradition
more
says.
simplified.
Yes, it's very simple. It's very simple. There's no menu. So you just eat what there is in the day.
Plat du
You
jour.
just, yeah, exact. So no menu, you just come. There are a lot of small plates at the beginning, like starters, but it's like a lot of plates at the beginning. And also in summer, it's really, really fresh and a lot of vegetables. We also are growing a lot of plants, a lot of greens. So we are so happy because we got some land in
At
Scorrano.
the table.
Yes, exact. So
I think
we're
that's
so
my
happy.
favorite concept of the restaurant. Small plates,
Exact.
daily change in menu. I don't think anything can be better, personally.
Yes, and in Roots we can do it. So we are free, we can say.
Now, do you think compared to Root Bros is more of a once in a lifetime kind of experience? Do people want to come back to it, or do you think, I mean, Roots you can eat daily on a daily basis. Do you think Bros is just more of a complicated concept?
Yes, it's a little bit more complicated because it needs to be understood, you know? There's a little bit, also the plates are complex, you know, so the flavors, a lot of flavors, different kind of flavors. But I think that, yes, of course, Roots is more a daily restaurant, so you can go to Roots every day, every week. But we have a lot of clients that come in Rose maybe once a month, or maybe if they come from abroad, because there are a lot of, not tourists, but gourmet tourists that comes. So as you should come every year, maybe, no? When you got your holidays. So there are a lot of clients
course.
that are coming every holidays. They come here, and we've got a lot of clients that are making their anniversary here. So good. Yes, it's more an experience.
I think, I mean, I've tried your quail, and I think I would be there every day if I could for the quail at the Bros. I love that quail. I dream of it every day.
Yeah, but you know, Baba, we're not doing more quail, I think. Oh my
I am
God.
so sad.
Yeah,
I would have
but
to think twice
do
about
just for
coming
you.
back.
I'll do just for you.
Are you guys striving for a second Michelin? Is it something that's in your psyche? Or you
Yeah,
have one?
we want it. We cannot say that we don't want, because it's, you know, is the way to the top. So yes, of course, we're looking for the second, but we need time. So it's just 4 years we open, we gain the first one, and we know that it takes time to gain the level, the standards. You know, it's more about the standard. It's not only about the Michelin. It's about the standard you gain. So also the client changes, a lot of things. But I think we are on the good way.
I think so too. What are the restaurants and cuisines that you really, really love?
The restaurants?
Restaurants and cuisines. What is your favorite cuisine other than Italian?
I think I love Japanese cuisine, and I love Spanish one. I think Spanish is a little bit similar to ours, like in terms of flavors, because we got really similar flavors. But also talking with our chefs, because we have Yuta, who is a Japanese chef, who is running the trattoria. So he's the head chef of the trattoria. He's Japanese. He's from Okinawa. And he says that we have a lot of similar traditions in food, in terms of, not in terms of ingredients, but in terms of how
Purity.
to, yes. They're so pure. They eat a lot of vegetables, just really simple. So I think we are really similar to this, and I love Japanese food.
I do too. I think it's simple and pure and very
Yes.
respectful to the ingredients,
Exactly.
letting them shine. How do you think COVID will affect the restaurant world and Italy in particular?
In this period, we just know that it's a difficult period for everyone, from the big one to the smallest reality. So, but we need to be strong. We need to adapt to the situation. And also, me, I'm 24. Floriano is 29. It will be 30 to this year. So we cannot say anything. We are the youngest, maybe. We are young. We cannot say, oh, it's a shame. Okay, we just adapt and we see what to do, and we just start again. We have to be strong. We have to think positive.
Yeah, youth is a big advantage to adjustment.
Yeah. And also we made a lot of work in communication also before. So it's okay. We can do it.
Tell me more about your love for vegetables. I know you guys grow them, and they're such an incredible part of traditional Puglian cuisine. What are your favorites? What do you grow at the moment?
I love also much in summer. I love a particular kind of vegetable that is cucumarazzo. In Italian, I think it's called carosello. That is like a cucumber, but it's
Around.
Yeah, it's really fresh. It's so crunchy. I love it, and I eat it just like this. I just clean.
Like a snack.
I cut, as a snack. And maybe I just season with some vinegar or extra virgin olive oil and salt, and I eat as a salad. Or the top salad in summer for us, and my favorite one is just this kind of cucumber, onion. It's a white, really sweet onion called margherita, and tomatoes. This is the best one. I love this kind of salad.
Yeah, as well.
I love. So I always eat things like this. I prefer maybe when it's summer, I prefer maybe just simple dishes, very, very simple, simple flavors. Yes, so light. And also the raw food. I love raw food, I think.
And chicories as well. One of
Yes, I love
chicories in Puglia. Fantastic.
Chicory here is fantastic. Chicory, and what else? We have really good melon. We have everything. In Puglia, we have maybe lot of variety of chicory, but lots of variety. So we have maybe for all the year, we have chicory. From winter to summer, there are different kinds, but we have always. And here is special, but I say special, fennel, but just in winter time. So fennels are great. I love fennels here. I tried in every part of Europe, but also Martin Brasategui, when he came, he said, okay, this is a good fennel. But you cannot find some good that good fennels around the world.
How interesting! France also has very, very good fennel. They're famous for their love for it.
Yes, because
I haven't tried the Italian one.
Here it has like the anise flavor. It's just good, very good, really love.
So vegetables are actually often preserved in oil and vinegar to be eaten in the colder months, a method known as sottolio. In Russia, where I am from, we preserve and pickle vegetables. Is it something you guys highlight in your restaurant, or is it something you do at home as well?
Yeah, and also here we do a lot of pickles, just with vinegar, red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar. So here we preserve a lot with vinegar, lot. And we use a lot.
I absolutely love it.
Like lampascione, we just preserve in vinegar. The flowers of the wild fennel, we preserve in vinegar. Everything is under vinegar. Everything. I love. And also a lot of with oil, preserved with oil, of course, but more with vinegar, I think. Yes, lot. Like so also aubergine. Also aubergines with vinegar. We do the same with vinegar or with oil, and we love it.
So burrata has taken both Italy and the world by storm in recent years, despite only being invented in Puglia in 1950s. Does cheese making factor into your concept? Do you guys do cheese?
Usually we're not using that much cheese, but in Puglia we eat more like sheep milk cheese or goat cheese. We eat that, and usually or is just fresh, so fresh cheese, really simple. We just call it primo sale, so it's like saying first sole, and it's really good. But we're not just a land of cheese, you know. We are a land of fresh cheese, like burrata, like mozzarella, this kind, ricotta, and ricotta is the best one. Ricotta, we love ricotta. Yeah, and we're using some in broth and also in roots. Yeah, we're using some. Yes, in this menu in broth, I think we will use goat cheese for sure. Goat cheese. We didn't use burrata this year, but sometimes we use also burrata because we love.
On your days off, what do you like to do outside? Other than cooking?
I just play with my dogs. No, but right now is getting hot, so we just go to the sea maybe, and we spend some time with our friends. And you know what? We just eat a lot, and I cook at home also when we are free. Yes, so I cook usually for our friends. We like it. Just 2 days ago we had like 20 people. 3 days ago we had all our guys eating with us at home. So we like also staying together, and yes, if it's possible we do it. If not, just spending time with our dogs.
So let me ask you, what do you, when you hire people, when you look for cooks, what do you look in them? Do you think that breaking bad habits is harder than instilling or teaching new ones? Do you hire people who don't know Italian cuisine and you're willing to train them?
Sometimes, or basically, right now we also hire Italian people, but we just started hiring Italian people this year. So we prefer foreigners. So we prefer people from abroad, from all over the world. And we have guys from Spain, from Argentina, from Japan, from Africa. We have from all over the world, really. And
very international.
Yes, and also it's interesting how they live the Italian food. So this is good. This is good to see. Also in roots, where we do really simple food, we just take the food from the land. This is really important, and they appreciate a lot. But we just look to the character. It's more about the attitude they have. So we just look more about that, not only the experience. You know, it's really important to have the attitude. Because we are more as a family. We are really like a family. We have to be part of Bros. If you're not part of the project, you don't feel Bros. It's so difficult to enter in the team. So this is what we look for.
Chef, I can't thank you enough. It was wonderful to be breaking bread with you. And I really hope to share a glass of Bambino Nero with you very, very soon.
Yeah. No, thank you so much, Vera.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you very, very soon.
Yes, hope you I don't think you will come this year, but I hope to see you soon.
Maybe next summer.
Maybe we come before.
Good luck with the bread adventures as well.
Thank you. I'll let you know.
If you could mail me one, it would be great.
maybe
Thank you so much.
Ok, thank you, so.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.